welcome to Sailing Along. So, I have been in Mumbai for my college, and when I thought, oh my god, wow, Mumbai, I realized that I would be in a heart of exposure where I would be exposed to great events, great people, great kind of activities where I could meet new people and learn so many different things. But I was very wrong because my schedule was so tight and I was being a lazy ass that I could not get out of my place and go anywhere else. But as I have promised myself for the semester 2 that I'm not gonna be a lazy person and I'm gonna use my time wisely, knowing new things, meeting new people, going to different places, different activities and events. And to start and begin with the same, while I was in my hometown, I received advertisement over Instagram about the Lit Live, the Mumbai Lit Festival. At NCPA, so it is on 7th, 8th, and 9th of November. So I got excited and I was like, okay, the little English literature persona within me also got excited, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna attend it. So there are various activities, there are various sessions that were happening, and you had to pick and choose which one do you want to visit into and all of it. So there was this one session from 5 to 6 that I selected that I will start with. The session was about a book talk named Sleep on It by Luke Catino, and it was in conversation with Amrita Raichand, who is a celebrity chef. Now Luke is a person who is working towards nutrition, fitness and overall well-being, and one thing that he consistently told throughout the session is, we consider that nutrition and exercising are the two main key components when it comes to well-being, physical well-being. But we all have seen people who have never exercised, who eat the most oily food that you could imagine and yet live long. We have seen people that exercise perfectly, who eats only homemade food, no junk, nothing, dies of an heart attack. We have all heard stories of this, right? So clearly these two are important factors for your physical well-being, but clearly these two are not it. Your list definitely does not end there, and definitely these two should not be on the top of your list, because if you do these two, that does not guarantee you that you are going to be in good health. Then what are the other two which kind of guarantees you that you would be in a good shape? He talked about that other two things because of which people are suffering is chronic stress and sleep deprivation. He spoke about it so much. So the book that he wrote, Sleep on It, it is a book which talks about 75 different ways to calm yourselves down, because he was talking about de-stressing. Chronic stress is a very, very, very key important predictor of your physical well-being alongside sleep deprivation. So what he mentions is that, okay, nutrition, exercise is important. He does not say it is not, but that's not the full stop on your list. They are important, but what are more important or equally important, you could say, is reducing your stress, de-stressing, and having a proper appropriate sleep. These two were the points that he emphasized upon, and in his book he has written 75 small different ways that you could de-stress. And when asked what are the top of them, then on the first he put definitely the breathing exercises. There are various breathing exercises that he has recommended in the book, but one that he purposefully talked about in that was 4-7-8. 4 seconds of inhaling through the nose, 7 seconds of holding, and 8 seconds of exhaling through your mouth. So he said this is proven to reduce your cortisol levels to 30 to 35%. Yet it differs from individual to individual and the kind of stress that you are suffering from. But 30 to 35% is a great number. He even recommended doing a little breath work before you are going to make any strategic decisions, because that helps you to calm yourself down. So he put breathing on the top, followed by music, then followed by petting a pet and writing a journal. So of course all the other things requires you to have certain excess of something or other, right? You want to listen to music, you need an excess of a phone or something. Petting a pet, you must have a pet to do so. Journal, you need something to write on it. But breathing is something that is accessible to you every single minute. So purposefully, I have given myself this challenge that whenever I feel a little stressed, I am gonna try this out, and I'm making this video that you all can hold me accountable for the same. So this was the first session that I attended. After that, there were another sessions, and I was like, okay, my attention span is not great that I'll be able to attend so many sessions in a row. So of course this was extremely near Marine Lines. So for an hour or two I went to Marine Lines, chilled there. I read a book there because I consciously want to make a difference of choices that I am making. So even in this session they talked a lot about the kind of choices that you make. Each and everything comes down to the kind of choices that you make. So I was reading a book at Marines, and post that there was this another session which I was very much keen to attend from 8 to 9:10. It was a debate. So I have been a part of a lot of school debates, okay, but I have never seen a professional kind of a debate happening. Okay, the school debate is chaos for sure, but here the speaker are esteemed speakers, and they are coming up with so much of idea and knowledge that it cannot be chaos. It has to be a proper well structured debate. So I have never seen that, I've never witnessed that, and I wanted to witness a debate, and the topic was also very interesting. So this is what they gave me: the great debate on India and China must be friends. Such a controversial statement the debate was about, and the speakers were great. So there were two speakers for the motion, and two speakers of course against the motion, and there was one chairperson. For the motion, I would just read out who were there. For the motion, we had Lieutenant General S.L. Narasimhan, who is a national security analyst, and Vappala Balachandran, who is an intelligence analyst and author. Against the motion, we had Sandeep Unithan, who is a journalist and defense analyst, and Shriparna Pathak, who is a professor and Northeast Asian expert. So such big authoritative positions, and the people there spoke with such data, such facts, and such fluency that I was stunned. I was like, oh my god, this is the level, this is what it is. And I was very impressed about the crowd as well. So the people who were sitting there like me, observing the debate and giving our votes, there was this time frame where we were supposed to ask them questions, and the questions from the crowd also made me feel like, wow, there is so much more in this world to know, and you are just in your shallow space. So definitely that was the day that I felt like, okay, Mumbai is a place of exposure. So the format was pretty much simple. The first, there would be, for the motion, one person would speak for 7 minutes. After that is done, chairperson would ask that person a question. That question would help audience to understand their viewpoint better and help them to summarize the whole idea. So the kind of question that the chairperson himself was picking from it was great. I guess I forgot to mention who the chairperson was. He was Govindraj Ethiraj. He's a journalist and media entrepreneur. The kind of personalities these were, I was in awe listening to them. You have always listened to such great people with such great data and facts over a television, but being able to witness it like in front of your eyes was such an experience. To be very honest, I'm not great with current affairs, so there were so many things that I was not aware of, but I was in constant awe of the whole feeling. So first 7 minutes, like each one of them gets to put their proposition out there, and after each one, like the chairperson asks them one question, and that's pretty much it. Then there is this 1 minute each one of get to rebut, like the points that other person has made. They get time to rebut their points. Then it was time for audience interaction. We proposed certain questions, and all the questions were listened to it together itself. And then they each one got 2 minutes to answer the questions that we asked, and eventually make a conclusion point. So what they did was, in the initial they made us vote. So this card that they gave us had two colors like green and red. So in the initial itself, that if you are for the motion, then you have to show green, and if you are against the motion, then you have to show red. So this was done in the initial part of the debate, before the speakers started with their proposition, and the same thing was done after the debate was done. So clearly they got a result. So initially there were more people who were believing that India and China must be friends, and after the debate the ratio became 50-50. And I guess that proves that the against the motion, the speakers who were speaking for against the motion made more concrete points, and it was such a great experience to be there. I am recording this video because I want to share about this experience, and anything else like this in Mumbai would definitely interest me. And if any one of you are here in town and would you like to join me for the same, I would love that as well. And something different, for the first time I did something different, and I'm very proud of myself for it. It was a long travel from the where I am, but I was like, okay, if anybody would have asked me to go to Marine Drives, I would have gone, right? So I can at least go for this. That is how I convinced myself, and I loved the experience. It was great, and this is pretty much it. I hope you like sailing along. Thank you so much.